Hello, everyone. Welcome to 45 TV. It's Politics with Dry. Today, I have with me Bryan. We are here to talk to you, as usual, about political events in Ghana. Hello, Bryan. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, Charlie. Bryan is featuring for the first time on the show, and he has a lot to share with us as far as the issues happening in Ghana are concerned, politically as much as possible. So, Bryan, today's conversations, we'd like to start quickly discussing the issues happening with the medical supplies that came from Global Fund that got stuck at the harbor.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to that?
Well, yeah, I heard about it and I was wondering in my mind, because when you go to Kolebu right now, you heard about, how do you call it, there were dialysis medications in it and everything.
Yeah.
When you go to Kolebu right now, people who are suffering from kidney failure and those things, they don't even have the drugs to treat themselves. So if such medications is stuck at the ports, like, why is it there?
But, I mean, the fact that, okay, this is the thing. Let me play the devil here. The fact that these things were given doesn't mean that they shouldn't follow proper protocol of clearance of goods at the
What
harbor.
is proper protocol of clearance?
I mean, when goods come through the port,
But
they
it's
need to go
government's
through some...
goods. It shouldn't be taxed. I don't think government's goods should be taxed.
Then anybody that comes in the country and wants to do a business in the country in the name of boosting the country's economy,
No.
and government gives tax waivers to, should be allowed to
Government's
equally
goods
pass.
to help the country. I don't think it should be taxed.
What do you mean by government goods to help the country? Because a lot of goods come through the port that eventually help the country. Like people who import goods to sell, eventually, because they're selling those goods within the country,
Yes,
it's
but
helping the
those-
country's economy. So
Yes.
why should those
People
goods...
who import goods to the country and sell is for their own benefit, trying to make money. But government's goods is for the government. So once it's government, it's for like government's goods is not just for people in power, and it's for everyone. It's for you. It's for me. But people who import is for themselves. So government goods, I think, shouldn't be taxed, like medications, because they come to help people, like ambulances and all those things. I don't think it should be taxed.
Well, I mean, there was some time that I think some educational items were also given to Ghana. Well, this is not the first time, actually. There was a story that broke on Twitter where there were medical equipment actually, like beds and things like that were given to Ghana. And because of the port duties, the person that intended to give it to Ghana had to withdraw those items and send them to Nigeria. So I think what you are sharing makes some good sense.
Yeah,
but that's the thing, politicians are very good and intelligent at exploiting these loopholes.
Yeah.
A politician may, in the name of it's coming to help the country, import goods that will benefit them eventually, but then use that description and then pass those goods to the port and later come and profit out of them. What do you want to say about this?
When you bring that, it's like we are delving into a whole conversation, because with that, I think there should be proper measures put in place
Exactly.
to know the kind of goods an individual is bringing. Imagine a politician bringing medications. How do you call it, affect himself? How does it make...
Wait, if a politician imports medications, ultimately, this politician is going to probably go into the retail business.
Yes.
So he's going to sell these drugs and then profit off them. And it becomes his personal gains.
Correct.
So it's not necessarily something that will go out to be free.
To be free,
to,
understood.
Exactly,
so when I
point.
say proper management or proper ways of doing things, it's like once goods land in Ghana, saying it's for the government, like the necessary authorities, I don't know the kind of measures in place right now, should be able to like follow up, like, okay, this is from this, and make sure this is going here, this is going here, this is going here. But if we have loopholes in our, how do you call it, hierarchy or ways of doing things, that's when a politician can import something and exploit it.
Okay, that's I think that's fair. I mean, government gives tax waivers to companies and to startups or to even like foreign organizations in the country. So it just makes proper sense that when things of this essence or of this importance, when they come into the country, government should equally have some measures to, take them out of the port, as Bryan is saying. And I think I agree with him. Although I think there's more to it, and I think I agree with you on that level. The next thing I want us to talk about has got to do with the fact that you and I right now, we owe over 19,000.
Bro.
We owe over
Just
19,000.
say, as soon as I'm born, I'm owing 19,000.
Exactly. So a baby that is born in Ghana today
is owing 19,000.
Over. So by virtue of being born in Ghana, no fault of yours.
No fault of yours. You owe 19,000.
You
But
owe
somewhere in countries like Canada, as soon as you are born. You even have dental benefits. What's it? Yeah. You have dental benefits. You have health insurance. But me, Ghana, because I'm born in Ghana,
Yes.
as soon as I'm born now, 19,000.
Over 19,000 cedis.
Now 19,000. So have I seen some before?
I think this is worth talking about, because I mean, if you want to put this in perspective, look at the life or contrast the life of someone born in Ghana to someone born in Canada. Like you said, someone born in Canada probably has access to dental care, free government benefit and all of that.
Health insurance.
Someone born in Ghana today is born into debt. So you are running the race from behind.
Bro, from behind. How will you win the race?
So, Bryan, how did we get here? How did we get here?
Bro, how we got here? Even me, I don't have the answer.
Oh.
I don't know how.
You don't have the answer. Bro. Okay, so this government in power, I'm told, has borrowed more than, I think, 10 times or 6 times more than.
From the time Ghana became independent, from Kwame Nkrumah, from late President Rawlings, from, how do you call it?
Kufuor,
Mahama. The debt of this government is 3 times what
all
the
those
whole
people
Ghana combined has borrowed. Which is around, I think they combined borrowed, I think, 190 something billion. But this government has borrowed over $400 billion or so. Yeah, bro.
This is serious. So wait. So all those governments, I mean, Nkrumah is touted as someone who, revolutionized, whatever the word is. Viewers, please comment it. I think the comment section is a big word for me to mention. But basically, Nkrumah is known as the one that brought industrial revolution into the country. And I mean, the Tamamoto Way is there as evidence.
Yes.
Akosombo Dam is there as evidence. Even the harbor is there as evidence. Yeah. There are lots of evidences to speak to the monies that Nkrumah borrowed. Can you say that there is something that justifies the borrowing of this government? For which reason a newborn baby, by virtue of being born in Ghana today, owes over 19,000 cedis?
Bro, the only thing I can say, how do you call it, to justify the borrowing of this government is probably the hole they digged for the National Cathedral.
So they borrowed over billions of dollars to dig a hole.
Yes.
I think I'm being unfair to this government.
Why?
There's free SHS. I'm not talking about that one.
Okay.
At a point in time, they gave the citizens free water, free electricity, free. They even distributed food.
But don't forget, how do you call it? Free SHS. This is not the first time a president is doing this. So you can't just say free SHS. So you should borrow 3 times. And this is in dollars. So
not even in cedis.
It's not in cedis. This is in dollars. So you can't say free SHS. So you are borrowing over 3 times what the whole Ghana, since Ghana became independent
had borrowed.
The money we borrowed. No.
Wow.
You can't just, because free SHS is not the first time. John Kufuor, the ex-president Kufuor did, he brought free SHS. So you can't say free SHS is, how do you call it?
Is the reason why you justify borrowing that much of money.
No.
Russia, Ukraine effect on our economy. COVID effect on our economy.
If Ghana has money to waste on a pit, over $200 million on a pit.
Bryan,
so why, if you can spend $200 million on a pit, why are you going to borrow?
Bryan, you be Christian. Make I ask you this question.
Bro, if Ghana, relax. If Bank of Ghana is there right now, nothing has happened to Bank of Ghana.
Yes.
And government said, no, we want to build new Bank of Ghana. And it was like a quarter of what we first, Ghana went to IMF to take $3 billion.
Yeah.
And how do you call it? 1 billion. Has 1 billion come already?
Yeah, I think they've released some tranches of the money already.
Yes. And we took $250 million, a quarter of $1 billion, to go and build, how do you call it, a new Bank of Ghana we don't need.
No, actually, the Bank of Ghana actually gave a justification. They said This is what they said. If earthquake happens right now in that zone, the Bank of Ghana cannot survive.
Bro, how
And
many times
going by that,
earthquakes happened?
Going by that logic, in fact, that area doesn't even fall within the earthquake enclave in Ghana.
Okay.
Those in McCarthy Hill should be complaining about this. And if the Bank of Ghana should succeed in building a new office with that reason, it would mean that then the Ghana Post Office, the headquarters over there, can equally argue that they need to move from that area.
Of course.
Kwame Nkrumah Museum is close by. Would say they want to move from that area.
Yeah.
There are lots of government high offices and headquarters in that enclave that would also say they want to move from that area.
My point.
I'm supporting your point in that regard. So for that reason, that doesn't make sense, right? But I think if we should think far and wide, we can justify government borrowing to some extent. I've mentioned few SHS. I mean, the one district, one down. Planting for food and jobs.
Bro, one district, one dam. How many dams have we constructed? Let's focus on one district, one dam. How many districts have we? How many dams have we constructed?
I don't have the statistics for that.
Bro, it's zero.
Hey,
if you are backing them, you should have your point. You should have evidence. Them. Yes.
So you mean to say that the monies they borrowed 3 times their predecessors did.
Bro, I'm not saying. That's what we are seeing. All of us, you and I.
You don't run. You go run.
Bro, I'm not saying. That's what we are seeing.
I mean, but
if someone, I've not seen any dam the government has built.
I mean, I'm seeing any dam.
Okay,
I mean, the popular one is Palugu, and even Palugu too. I'm told that the evidence there is that it's only a pit that has been dug.
It's a pit.
What I know the National
Cathedral.
A quick one on National Cathedral. See, don't you think it is proper for a nation to honor God by building an edifice for him?
Bro, I think a nation should honor God. But with the National Cathedral, it was President Akufo-Addo Akufo-Addo's promise to God.
Yes.
He didn't involve Ghanaians. He said, when he wins the elections, you build a cathedral for God. Then how do you finish winning the election, then you start using state money to build cathedral?
Using the principle of representation.
And even with that, see it's abandoned right now.
It's not abandoned. I mean, you people,
assets now,
you people have bashed them, you people have insulted them, you people have called them out and called them names.
And after
now you've even frustrated them.
After wasting 200 million, that's when you decided to be frustrated.
If we want to use the principle of representation, by virtue of choosing the president as Ghanaians, if the president says something, he's not just saying it as an individual, he's saying it on behalf of Ghanaians. So if he says that he will build a cathedral,
he wasn't speaking on behalf
to appreciate God and to honor God. He's speaking as a father of the land, speaking for the children who all will not get speakers.
Okay, so why is he stop building right now?
Because if people say you won't contribute.
When he started, we told him we weren't for it.
You donate money to that cathedral. Are we donating money to that cathedral?
Why should I donate money?
Viewers, Bryan is someone doesn't like God. He doesn't want to give to God's kingdom.
What are you saying?
Please, if you see Bryan somewhere,
what are you saying?
Preach the gospel of Christ to Bryan.
Bro,
so that
even if I donate money today, 5,000 cedis to the cathedral, they still won't do anything on it. What will only me? Bro, they wasted $200 million digging pits. How much do I have in my account to give to them? What change will they bring?
If you think that what Bryan is saying doesn't make sense, let me give you context. That same amount of money that has been spent to dig a pit, which has been abandoned, is the same amount of money that the erstwhile administration spent on the Saglami housing project. And we can see evidences of houses that are available and ready to be occupied by citizens who are stranded. It's not even occupied. It's been left to rot by this same government. And this same government is trying to initiate a new housing project. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesnn't make sense. Charlie, finish the project where you did there before you go do new one. Like, what is wrong with our people?
To contribute to national capital.
I mean, because I love God.
Said I'm already owing 19,000.
Anything about God, I mean, my mind there, I go pay my tithe, I go give offering, fat offering to God. I mean, that means what I did. You owe 9,000, you don't go pay your tithes.
Bro, I'm owing 19,000.
19,000. Well,
medical.
well, this matter, if you want to be on this matter, we go spend the whole time talking about it. Let's discuss this issue with regards to and the prosecution of the minority leader in parliament.
Yeah.
You know, this issue is coming from the time he was serving as the deputy finance minister, where he issued an LC for the purchasing of ambulances, right? And right now, he's been tried because he's caused financial loss to the state. In principle, do you think this even makes sense? I mean, see, you came into power.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 7 years. You're almost leaving power. Now you're trying to drag. Don't you think there's something fishy behind the scenes that these people want to do by way of frustrating and just stressing the NDC so that they can have some leeway to do something behind the scenes? I mean, what do you think about that?
Bro, I can't speak on behind the scenes, but I just think this is politics, and that's how it is.
Simple. Because I mean, same thing. Because look here, these guys have been on this government's neck about Ijapa. These guys have been on this government's neck about SML. And even right now, say the SML that they've said they've placed on hold. Now the SML has been asked to go back to operation.
Yeah.
Oh God. Ghana, your beloved country, is dead. Like we are
not free again.
not free again. See, you be serious. Like, and I think the response of the minority to this government witch hunting the minority leader, in my opinion, is fair. So the minority in parliament say that, if you are trying our minority leader, our leader at court, we will also boycott parliamentary sittings and go and support our leader. Do you think it is right that people you have voted for, Ghanaians voted for representatives to go and work for them in parliament, and now these people that have been voted for said, okay, we'll leave our duty post just because we want to support one person? Does it make sense?
I think I can defend it too, because I mean, one of my own is being, tried for something I don't believe he should be guilty of, or tried for. And at the same time, we should also note that even though they've left their duty posts, my taxpayers' money, your money, they are still being paid.
Exactly.
So for that, I don't think they should. Like, there's a better way of supporting. It's not, you shouldn't all say you are leaving your duties to go and support one person when you are still being paid. And your men just can, don't get paid again. Do you get it?
You shouldn't get paid how?
You are not working. Why are you taking money?
I think this is it. See, Parliament is house of rules, or Parliament basically make the laws, right? I think their action in one way or the other could force a new dispensation of legal framework that could protect the parliamentarians and stop executive influence on parliamentarians in this manner. I mean, we saw a similar case with this guy, the Ascent North MP, who was a Canadian and then went, and then it led to the by-election thing. And then we are now seeing it with the minority leader. I think in any democratic practice, you have a lot of tools in your toolbox to communicate your displeasure and your disgust at oppression. And one of it, including demonstrating, is boycotting. So in a way, you voted for them. They have the right.
Let me cut you short. Yes. Do you think the trial is fair?
In what I've heard so far and what I'm privy to, I don't think there's any grounds and justification for this trial to be.
So, because in my personal opinion, I think if he's going on trial, then the finance minister then should also go on trial.
September should go on trial. Yes. It makes good sense.
Yes.
But good.
Because when you look at the letters and everything, the stamp of the finance minister is on
the letter, indicating that the guy authorized
he knew
him.
About
exactly.
It, yes, he authorized.
So why won't you try him? Why are you trying?
Why deputy?
See, this is a game. You know what? It's like this. Reduce their numbers in parliament. When it comes to voting on an issue, they have one number less and we win. Hey, this is some big chairs in the play. This is going to be swag. Like, it makes good. It's not, see, because parliament is now, I think, 137, or 136 plus
something
one.
Like that,
Yes. So it's just one person who has declared a side. He's the only one separating the numbers right now.
Yeah.
So I think we can reason around that and say that that's the reason why they're
That's
chasing the
probably
guy.
the reason why.
Ah.
Because why is the finance minister
Ministers
free, then
You are
deputy?
chasing the
Because I'm
deputy.
under you, like your stamp is clearly
Clear
on
on my
the letter.
destiny. Why?
So why are you gonna
Good sense. Good thing you pointed that thing out. Good thing you pointed that thing out. I think we've had some nice discussions so far. We've spoken about the Global Fund medical supplies that got stuck at the port, and then that even brought some back and forth that Sarkodie's wife tweeted something, some fake news about that we don't own our port, and I mean those back and forth. And then we also
is it fake news?
No, it's actually not. I mean,
I can't tell.
Yeah,
honestly, but then
it's not. We don't call it fake news. We say like it's misleading.
Okay.
It's like it's a contractual agreement that we would give us some money to expand our port.
Okay.
Then you manage the port to some extent and pay yourself and then hand it over. And it's done. It's a good, like, it's a conventional arrangement.
If I'm managing something,
yes,
and I pay myself and I later pay you,
No, it's like this. You manage yourself, you pay yourself, then you leave it to me.
Yes.
Like there's a term for it in accounting. Like I think build, operate, and something. There's a term for it.
Bro, but why should another person manage government sports?
No, it's like this. I came for your money.
Yes.
To build a hotel.
Okay.
So the first priority is to pay you, not to pay myself. So if the hotel is running, pay yourself first.
Bro, so our major port for the entire country is being run by someone.
Is this French
who is not
guy.
even Ghanaian?
I think he's actually monopolized the entire African ports. I'm sure of this. Yes, that's that guy. Some Bello, I don't know. I'm not sure of the name, but I know it's a French guy. It's a French millionaire who is actually behind all of this. But the fact is this: he's not in total control as far as regulations are concerned. If not, governments could not pass laws and increase levies and duties at the ports. So, and we discussed that already, and I also spoke about how each Ghanaian they owe 19,000. A baby born today in Ghana, just because he's born in Ghana,
because no sin,
nothing, 19,000 flats. And then
how much in his school fees, guys?
He's not even been breastfed. He owe 19,000. He only breathes air for Ghana. That be all. He breathes air for Ghana and he owe 19,000. And then we spoke about the after forcing trial in court and all of that. And before we speak about our last thing for this episode or for this session, I would like to remind you guys to hit the subscribe button and then don't forget to leave a comment. Subscribe and put the notification bell on as well so you get notified whenever we post a video. And don't forget to also leave a comment and most importantly, share. Bryan, let us end this with this topic. The Senate hotels that are being sold. Tell you, some politician, he get money, he get hotel, he get Rock City. If you there where Akufo-Addo go clap for him.
That guy.
Right now,
shout out to Adodi.
You bought the man, give us shout out again. So, Bryan the Champong is in the midst of acquiring state property, where the managers have go do demo, take your hands off our state resource and all of that.
Yeah.
What do you make of all of this? That someone in power, someone in government wanting to acquire state property as much as the Senate hotels?
Bro, I think this is clearly legal. States properties for the states.
I'll be businessman. Where the state say they want to sell something. Where I say I go buy. How it be illegal?
But why? Who?
It be illegal because I be part of the government, or it be illegal because of what?
No, is it the state trying to sell something, or people in power trying to sell something?
Exactly. So people in power, people where they manage.
People in power is not the state.
Who be the state right now?
The state is the entire country.
Okay.
So if how do you call it? If a particular power in
government in power.
government in power is trying to sell something, doesn't mean everyone agrees to it. That's why the minority is, how do you call it? It's protesting against it. Do you get it? So if you are in power, doesn't mean that, if you are in power, you are Shasumame. It doesn't mean that Shasumame. So you go and sell.
You know who be Senate boss right now? Senate boss be Jasa from Mafu Insan. Where I hear say this scheme then scheme on put on long time. I hear say Jane Mensan
What are
said,
you here for?
I be media, no say I'm intelligence guy. I get sources for Ghana. You go pick car, come pick me for here or what? You figure we dey Ghana then bogo ideas you go pick them then. Come here.
I'm telling them when you are.
They beg. Well, I hear say like, like I hear say that Jane Mensah husband, he dey inside safe, he sign something. Like the whole thing be basabi.
Me that one I know here.
You know go fit talk to him.
Me, my mind be say, why say government in authority? Why should they still state property? Because imagine I'm a landlord and I've traveled and I've given you power share, like watch over my house for me. Now my bawa Tom fee.
Yeah, if I sell your house and I tell you, Oga, I should travel. No, I sell your house. Bro. I take go buy a bigger mansion.
I met you at home.
I take you leave me, I said I'm go buy bigger mansion, give you know the like.
I'll arrest you.
So that's the whole idea. Bryan say, he the one manage the Senate hotels better. That be why he won't buy them. And evidence they show say he said you own no go manage them better.
And even if he manages it, after buying it, what does the government get? We don't get any money after that.
But by virtue of it running in the country, government go fit tax them. So government go get money from money. My government go get tax for them.
They make we sell everything.
Charlie, they make we sell everything because at the end of the day, those things we sell, the private owners will then pay tax. So let's sell everything. I mean, on this note, we'd like to call it a day and thank you all for staying tuned and enjoying our content. See you all later.
Subscribe.